Hey, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Yes, so checking in with you on the Great Brexit Saga. The Great Brexit Saga is entering the final stages. The Great Brexit Saga is entering the final stages, folks. And I'll tell you why I say that. I'll tell you why indeed I say that. Fatigue is at its highest point. Fatigue is at its highest point. What happens next? Who does what? Zigging, zagging, this, that, non-stop media coverage. 3 years going for in the making. Wow. People are just exhausted. And the big game for the control structure, remember, is to wear you down and steal it when you're not looking. You see, the fatigue is such in that with May's deal having failed today, that's right, Theresa May's second go at largely the same deal, just virtually no tweaks, was voted down again because it was unfit to pass the first time. So unsurprisingly, it's not fit for purpose the second time. And with that said, her deal and her period and her attempt at pulling this off is now largely over. So tomorrow, Wednesday, yes, Wednesday, tomorrow, they will vote on whether, and this got snuck in, and I remember when it got snuck in, gents, that this was always going to be a deadly little exit trap for the control structure on how they were going to steal it. This got snuck in, and Wednesday there will be a vote on whether a no-deal Brexit should be allowed. Now that should never have happened. That should never have happened. There should be no vote of Parliament. The people have already spoken. You have 2.5 years to get us a deal, and if you don't get a deal, we leave. We leave on no deal. But such have the forces been that have been looking to sabotage and hijack this process that there is actually now slipped in on the quiet. Didn't get much fanfare. I noticed it happened. MPs get to vote if a no-deal, whether a no-deal exit is allowable. Hang on a minute. That was never their right. The people voted to leave. You had 2.5 years, going on 3, to get a deal. You haven't done one. We leave. We leave without one. But so few people noticed this, and I can tell you that tomorrow, whilst it may be close, it's my anticipation that the great theft will occur. The traitorous MPs, which will be well oiled on control structure money, EU money, Tony Blair's lobbying behind closed doors, that lizard that came out from under his rock, that absolute vile, contemptuous, warmongering piece of crap lizard that has come out from under his rock, has gone and probably shaken everybody up for cash to buy off the MPs. My prediction for you is tomorrow, and this is, be right or wrong, you'll know pretty soon. My prediction is the option to leave on a no deal, that door will be closed by the supposed representatives of the population of Britain. My call is tomorrow that door gets slammed and they will have a vote, and it will be no, you may not leave on no deal. The ball then gets kicked into the long grass. There has to be a deal. Given Theresa May is absolutely atrocious and meant to be atrocious. She's done everything she's been paid to do by the people who selected her. She wasn't elected, she was selected. Will continue to cock up and then eventually extend, buy more time, push the deal timeline out, more negotiations, more fatigue. So we go into extra time on something that's deemed a draw, which was actually should have been won 3-0 before the match started, when the people said it's over, we're out. But no, they've actually made such an intentional mess of this that she will then be bounced into voting for more time. They will ask for more time. They've got nothing much that they're going to do with more time. What you can't do in 3 years, you ain't going to do with a handful of weeks or months more. And they will be pushed into a final fudge deal, which will be the theft of the supposed democracy that was exercised in 2016 of June. Bearing in mind, we're already March of 2019. We will be on the 3-year anniversary, and they will be bounced into a crap deal after relief of all relief for both the EU and the control structure and all the money men and dark operatives behind them. Close the door tomorrow. Close the door tomorrow on a no-deal Brexit. Hear me now. Hear that door will be shut. I will come out and say, hey, I was wrong. You can follow me on Twitter. I'll eat humble pie if it is to be eaten. But I've said all along that a no-deal Brexit will not be allowed to happen on balance of probabilities. I'm 99% sure. You can never be 100% sure. There is always scope for you to be shocked and for maybe decent news to actually occur and a real democratic outcome to take place. But I seriously don't think it. They need British money en masse. They need it. They're desperate for it. They've got to have it. And they can't leave without paying, only to go to World Trade Organization's deal, because it would cause immense problems for an already dying euro. See Draghi's panic. They're on virtually 0%. Guys, America at least did a fake attempt at rising interest rates for a short while before they crapped the bed. The euro zone hasn't even done an effort, hasn't even done the slightest twitchy smidgen of a move. And Draghi is telling you, we're in trouble. It's deep, deep trouble down here. We can't go forward. This is your recovery, your marvelous recovery at 0% interest rates, the sinking ship of the EU, the vile, useless, political, lobbyist-orientated, bureaucratic, move our head office for a week to Strasbourg so that the French don't feel left out, pack all your files, jump in the truck, fly first class, 5-star flipping lunch meals, passing laws for all sovereign nations so that they cease to be sovereign nations. That vile political experiment has hoovered up, is looking the other way, while the southern Mediterranean states absolutely die, should be released from the constraints of the currency of the EU, should be released from all the laws so that they could devalue, get tourism back up, get competitive compared to the northern European states. This whole political experiment is sinking in the mire. You just have to see what Draghi said to realize you're talking about an economy that is a busted flush. And here, one of the few people that actually net contribute, second to Germany, is walking out the goddamn door. They cannot let that happen. And they have held fire like they're this staunch, firm negotiator representing 27 nations against this horrible little man who's given them the thumbs down. That's because they've been told to shut up, sit down, we've got this. And the likes of Blair, the likes of the bankers, the likes of the cartel are going to keep them in their prison. And I suspect the only chance of a no-deal Brexit is denied the British public tomorrow, and dies tomorrow with betrayal by UK British MPs that are bought off contaminants, control structure puppets. And I think every single one of them that blocks a no-deal Brexit should be named, shamed, identified, and their interests and any money received in bank accounts prior should be monitored exceedingly closely. A great buy-off will happen tomorrow. That's my take. Thanks for checking in. I'll be on the Twitter if I'm wrong about it. I'll be the first to say, gee, I'm wrong, I'm shocked. We still have a no deal option and we've got 17 days and we're going to get it. Wow. Wouldn't that be great for Britain? Wouldn't it also expose the Eurocrat sloppiness? But I don't think the British public will ever get what they voted for. A no deal, full, unencumbered exit from the great British and EU experiment. So with that, I love you and leave you. Thanks for checking in. And I'll be checking in with other very interesting reset topics, but I just thought I'd go in live here for you now on this particular one. And stay tuned and watch closely. All the best, fellas, and speak to you all soon.